What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Segment Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Hill, and alongside me right here is Mr. Joey Yates. Say what's up, Joey.
What's up, everybody?
How's your week been, bro?
This week went by quick. I don't know why.
I know, right? It's
Just
already
a
Friday Eve.
week. I don't even think I got out on the bike this week. So, yeah.
Touche. Oh, is that supposed to say touche?
Touche.
Touche.
I had some house drama, so we'll just stay at that.
Yeah, a little bit of water where water's not supposed to be. Yes, well, dude, I'm glad you made it here. And if you folks are in from Apple iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, congratulations. It is Friday Eve, and we've got an awesome guest on the show, episode 128, with the owner, creator, pretty much the man behind the scenes, Nate Miller from TASCO. Joey, how did you get Nate on the show?
How did you get Nate on the show?
No, you got him on the show.
I just always stop in there and bug him, so I don't know. He's like,
He's
dude,
the best.
I'll come on the show. So
He's the best. He's the best. Yeah, I'm really excited for you all to hear Nate's story, everything about TASCO, how it started, where it is today, and some of the great things. Obviously, the great things that you always see Joey and I rocking while we're out there because they just are comfortable and they work well for what we do.
good, and they last too. Not
and
just
they last.
Stuff lasts. Yeah.
Yes. So good. Before we jump into the story there on Nate Miller and TASCO, let's say what's up to the chats. And as always, let's send out that whole shot award. Ladies and gentlemen, Joey Yates, who is our whole shot winner this time at 6:30?
We haven't set the rules, Mark. We're having problems with this. Is it the first person on, or is it the first person 6 p.m. or 6:30 on?
Yeah, the first person who comments at 6:30 gets the whole shot award. And on our side, you guys can't see it at home, but on our side, it populates as a list. And right at 6:30, it'll show us.
We'll go who tried.
Okay, who tried?
Mia jumped on at 5:35.
Mia jumped on at 5:45.
There to go. Yes.
5:45. Well, Women's MTV Network. What's up, Mia? 5:35. Dang, early whole shot.
She was early. And then Johnny thought he had it. Look at this. 6:15.
6:15. So close. Are we here? So sound close. Effects. Almost got it, Johnny. Almost got it.
And then, oh no, where did they go? And
left.
You jumped on a few times, but then we had MTV Q&A 6:29.
Whoa. This is a kid show. She's looking for an award. And she got, Joey, can you read that? Are you allowed to read that? I don't think CBS regulates our show or Google. Go ahead.
Yeah, you need that little emoji. You know, it's brown.
MTV TNA. Here, let's pretend like you're her asking the legit question. Here's Joey Yates doing his best impersonation of Lauren in Miami. Okay, Joey. You see your line? There's your line.
Yeah, I got the line. Ready?
Here you go.
Do I win the whole emoji, the stinky brown one award? Did I win?
Yes, Joey Yates.
No, disqualified minute early. So I'm moving on to the winner tonight. Here's the winner.
1 minute. There's the winner.
This is the winner.
Yes, back to back. We have back-to-back awards there. That one's going out to Neil in Arizona. Congratulations, Trail Monster, for your whole shot award from the Segment Podcast to you. And as always, Joey, tell them what they've won.
We haven't discussed this yet either.
This is true.
Send them a sticker. I don't care.
Last week we tried to send them the new Decoy Uncaged 10. However, Neil, sorry.
I don't know.
There wasn't enough credit on the segment credit card at this point in time. However, we tried.
Okay. But we do have two other people that chimed in at 6:30, but they just weren't the first one at 6:30.
Dang, let's see who's in second then out of there. Wait, that's not right.
She got in again at 6:30. Hey, that's not right.
That's all right. And Trail Pimp. Was Trail Pimp on there?
He says, let's go.
Let's go. Trail Pimp was on the podium. So this is cool. If you guys are new to the show, Trail Pimp is always tuning in from a trail, like literally from a trail. He's listening to the show. He's normally at the top of a mountain getting ready to bomb down, and I believe, did I see that right? Yes, at the top of the mountain, about to come down.
Right.
Trail pimp, you are a beast.
Yeah.
You
And
are a beast.
he's got all his leopard skin on and his fuzzy dice around his neck, right?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
no,
the cane, the
yeah, the cane.
cane,
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
swagger. He says, yes, Tasco. Yes, he's got good taste. Good taste. Who else do we have in here on the chats tonight? Well, first of all, congratulations, Neil, on the Whole Shot Award. MTB TNA almost got it for the Whole Shot Award. Mia was close, but Neil, congratulations. Well, we got Brian Gong on the show from Northern California. Brian, how is Santa Cruz running right now? Or I think maybe he was in the whole what's that little town up there? Why am I Downeyville? Downeyville. Are you in Downeyville right now? Brian, let us know if you're in Downeyville right now, because I think you were going to be heading out that way. But welcome aboard. Good to have you on. So let's talk about some of the origins of Tasco. Obviously, Joey, when I was first mountain biking, you and I ended up meeting up, and you taught me a lot about mountain biking. You're always wearing Tasco gear, Tasco. And I was like, what is this Tasco stuff? And I had these like oversized fox gloves that had a hole in them that had like a Velcro strap on it. And every time I grabbed my handlebars, I felt like I was moving around in there.
I could barely ride with you.
Yeah, you can barely ride with me. You pointed me to this really cool place, and I went in, and there was a really nice guy that was working it. Turns out that he was the janitor, the owner, the electrician, the designer, the whole thing. Nate Miller.
I'm gonna pull up a photo of it. Oh, I'm not gonna be quick enough. He's the guy with the drum on the back and the cymbals, and he does it all.
Yeah, yeah. He was doing the whole thing, and we've created a beautiful relationship with Nate and Tasco, and seen pretty much Tasco everywhere. Been really excited. If you are looking at any footage out there, just look at the hands, and 9 times out of 10, it's going to be Tasco gloves on somebody. We had Skills with Phil on it. David Lee, when he was in competition, Tasco gloves. So it's great stuff. We love it, and we love this guy. And without further ado, let's bring him out and hear his story. Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Miller from Tasco. Yo, Nato.
You guys. how do we follow up with that? That's what I want to know.
Yes, and good night, folks.
Yeah. What's up, boys?
What's happening, brother?
How was the day today? Anybody get a ride in?
Man,
no ride.
No.
Me neither. Yep, it's been the office day.
Are you broadcasting from the office right now as we speak?
Yeah, I'm in the office right now.
I
haven't left.
So. Yeah, Tasco headquarters, ladies and gentlemen. Tasco headquarters right there behind Mr. Nate. So Nate, take us back for the folks who don't know Tasco or don't know you. You used to be a working stiff, doing the corporate thing, and then you had this vision. What year was this vision, and when did this whole thing start?
2014.
Damn.
Yeah, 9 years ago. Yeah, no, it was I was doing the corporate sales thing. It was good. I was just bored. I like to ride my bike more than I like to work, right? And
that a boy.
So we I don't know, we started this little thing on the side with a couple of t-shirts, and I don't know, here we are. Put a lot of work. So
yeah, a lot of cutbacks, a lot of tight turns, but you've been able to navigate your way. So it literally started as only a t-shirt company. Is that how the whole thing kicked off?
Yeah, so we started out with a couple of designs. Actually, Joey, let's see your shirt there, Joey. Yeah, that was OG design number 2 right there. And it was just a buddy and I that we were sitting on the tailgate of a truck waiting for the awards at a local race, and looking around, and everybody's wearing, at the time they were wearing surf gear, they were wearing skate, whatever, Volcom, Quicksilver, Hurley, whatever it was. And I just said, man, why is there no good lifestyle t-shirts for mountain bikers?
Yeah.
And so we made a couple, and it was good. It was fun. We had a good time. And then I made the mistake of trying to go full time with it.
Now,
No,
how
it's
did
a
you
good
talk the wifey
it
into this?
it was a good mistake, but it was
Yeah,
definitely the hardest thing I've ever done, right?
yeah,
But yeah, I just said, if I put my heart and soul into this, what comes of it? And, yeah, here we are.
that's amazing. I love it when things come from a dream, a desire, a passion, and then work their way up to mainstream. I mean, I feel like Tasco is mainstream. It's pretty much everywhere in the mountain bike world. And I know now also in the H2O world with Tasco, we'll talk about that here in a little bit as well,
Yeah.
which which is but it hasn't been like you started a business, it was all suns and roses and butterflies and sailed off into the sunset. I mean, you sold shirts. It wasn't even called Tasco at the time, was it?
No, we started it with the brand the name of the company was Oso MTB. So, all right, we're going way back here.
I
So
still
I
wear
was
my own.
managing a, cross country race team, actually cross country slash enduro,
Okay.
and it was based out of a local bike shop here north of the Border Bikes down in San Diego. Good friends of mine, Doug and Michael, that run that. And we had, I don't know, about 15 people on that team, and it was called Oso MTB. So Oso being bear in Spanish. At the time, the California flag, the California bear was everywhere, right? And so we kind of took that theme for the race team and ran it. And it was after one of those races where a couple of us were sitting there like, man, we should make some t-shirts and see what happens. Yeah, there's OG1, and it's still one of
Wow.
our best sellers. It's so fun. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Um, I'm sick of seeing it. I don't want to see it anymore, but it still sells. So, um, so yeah, we just spun it off. Honestly, the buddy that was working with me, as soon as the first bill came due, he realized, hey, I can't do this, and so it quickly became a one-man show after that.
Wow. After the first bill.
Yeah, after the first bill, which was good
Ooh.
in
Yeah.
a lot of ways, that you're not worried about that later on in the process. But
Good point.
so after about 6 months of running under Oso MTB, and things were, it was at the point, and I had some advice around me that said, hey, if you want to actually do something with this, you need to trademark that name. And I couldn't trademark Oso MTB or Oso, right? It was taken by the was it the Home Shopping Network or QVC or one of those ones that used it. So I didn't
Wow.
really want to go to battle with them. So I pivoted a little bit, and it was actually my son that came up with the name for Tasco. He was 11 at the time. He actually works right there every day with me now.
That chair right there.
He's 20 now, and he's working with the business here. But
Wow.
he came in one day and he says, Dad, why don't you just call it the Awesome Shirt Company? That's what everybody thinks of you as. And we've been kicking around, here in San Diego, we have, um, well, there's FMF pipes that I always wondered, hey, what's FMF stand for? There's VG Donuts, which I don't know if you guys have ever been to VG Donuts, but that's a
Delicious.
kind of a classic down here, and it's very good donuts, right? So we'd always been thinking about acronyms around it. And so I said, no, I don't really want to call it the Awesome Shirt Company, but that's nice. Thank you. He says, Dad, call it Tasco. I've been thinking about it. That sounds kind of sick.
Yeah.
And so I looked at it, and I looked up, it was available in the apparel space. And so we grabbed it. So that's what we've been, the Awesome Shirt Company, but we keep that as a little bit of a folklore. We don't market that necessarily. It's just kind of the family style business name with
Yeah.
it. So
If you know, you know.
yeah, exactly. What is that? If however it is, however the kids do it these days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. IFYCO, some
yeah. It'll take me a while to do it. So, uh,
That's cool.
but yeah, that's where the name came from, and I just knew it. If I was going to do this, I wanted to go more than just t-shirts with it in the long term, and if I did it, I wanted to do it right. So, we just took the Tasco name and went with it. So.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Creative. Who would have thought Tasco came from the Awesome Shirt Company from an 11-year-old kiddo who's now working there
Yeah.
at said company? That's
Yeah, and
pretty dope.
he's doing a lot of events for us now, so you might see him out at events. So give him a high five if you see him. Yeah, his name's
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah, I remember in Bentonville, Lucas was there, and I had this jersey on, and I threw my first Suey to dirt, and I got it on film with the
Yeah.
logo, and I like went straight up to him. I was like, "Here we're changing like, videos." He's awesome. He's totally into it, which is great, which is very cool. So you're doing shirts. Tasco came up, and then you wanted to do it right. You wanted to get into gloves. Now, when did the gloves part happen, and did the gloves take a big portion of the market share for what was
Yeah,
selling?
gloves were good for us, right? It was a struggle, selling t-shirts only is a tough game for sure, especially when you go into shop business, right? You try to go to wholesale. You know, typically shops want to see their logo, their name on on a shirt that they sell, right? So, and the other thing I realized is, social media was huge even back then, and that was our biggest way to market at the time. And t-shirts were never showing up in social media. People would tag us, but you never know what they were wearing, right? So we looked at gloves, and gloves was a good one for that. And but I struggled with it. I wanted if I did it, I wanted to do it differently, right? At the time, there weren't a lot of options for like a graphic glove. And certainly there was no options for a graphic glove comboed with a sock. So
Oh, okay.
something super simple that really, really helped our business out was we called them the double digits at the time. And that was a glove, and it was paired with a sock. We would just kind of not necessarily copy the glove pattern on the sock, but really just kind of more pair it up so that they went together. And it was Sea Otter, probably 2017, 18, it might have been 18, that we released that new product. And we had never been to Sea Otter before, and we showed up and we set up our booth, and I couldn't believe the response to it. It
It
was
was
so much
good.
fun. Yeah, we got a lot of publicity around it. And at the time, we were selling gloves and socks only as a combo. You could only buy it as a little bundle. And I went away going, "Are you kidding me? That was a lot of fun." Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that definitely helped us because we did it differently, I would say. It wasn't just another glove.
Yeah.
Um, it was just a unique, take on the glove, I would say. So
Was the feedback behind it the way that the gloves fit, the look of it, or just the fact that you buy gloves and you get socks? Like, what do you
no,
remember what
so
it was
I
exactly?
think it was a combo of things. Like definitely the combo was good, right? But both the gloves and the socks were really, really good. Like we worked hard, and I was really blessed that our first run of gloves was so strong. And so I couldn't believe the media that was coming through, and just people trying the gloves on and doing the full, like, checking it out, making sure, oh
Yeah.
wow, these are really, really good.
Seams in the right
So
place. Is it gonna hold together right?
it's not that often that you come out to market with a product that nails it like it did with that product. So yeah, super grateful for that.
That is awesome. Were you driving to Sea Otter going, "Man, I hope they like this"? Was there any anxiety or hesitation or second thoughts out on your way up there?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, Sea Otter's the big game, right? So, we've done a lot of local shows at the time, but nothing on the grand stage like that, right? But it was good. Super grateful. It worked out good, and yeah, good, kind of set the stage for building the brand further on.
Dude, I love that. I love that. Literally an idea that came to you, you worked hard on it. I mean, for the folks who know you, we all know that it started with like a little printer in your bedroom, and then you went from the bedroom to the garage, and then now you're there in the Tasco headquarters warehouse, which is amazing. And this didn't happen overnight, but it's cool to see that you had the idea, that you went for it. I mean, even all the doubts and anxiety. Could you imagine if you would have turned around on the way to Seattle and was like, "Forget it. I'm too anxious. Never gonna happen," and just gave up? That would have been so devastating. Who would we be talking to right now, Joey?
I like that he's taking it one step farther now too, and he's throwing a jersey in that matches it.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the trick, is just keeping things interesting, right? I think we're in a world that doesn't want to just sit idle. They want to keep moving.
Yeah.
So we've really tried to keep things evolving over time and just advancing. And honestly, we're a small little brand that is 100% organic. So as we've gotten a little bit of money, we've reinvested that. Then we came out with the shorts, then the pants, then more jerseys, then a new set of pants for next week you'll be seeing as well, a new product, and just really trying to keep it. I don't have any outside investment going. It's just straight as we can afford it. We put new products out and keep it going. So
Nice.
it's just been. I'm thankful for that aspect that we've been able to do it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great, man. The turtle and the tortoise and the hare, right? Just
Yeah,
slow and steady. You gotta, yeah, don't get too far ahead. And
nothing crazy to prove, right? We're
right.
just we're enjoying what we do, I would say, and trying to keep things moving. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it, Nate. Let's check in with the chat real quick. I saw a bunch of stuff coming in. We got Brian Gong saying Nate at Tasco is an awesome dude.
Brian,
Yes, yes,
I love it.
yes.
I see
Uh,
Brian about every year at Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. So what's up, Brian?
yeah, he says, always love to see you there out there. We got Octodad in the house from New Zealand. You got New Zealand here.
Wow.
He is saying, oh, he's riding too. I'm riding tonight on my backyard trails with the kids. Wow.
Dude,
This show
so
is
good.
becoming a riding type of show.
Is it nighttime over there?
Yeah, what time is it, Octodad? I
Wow,
always do
there's
this.
several hours. There's probably morning for them, right?
It's like
Yeah.
18, right? Is it 18 hours? Here, I'm gonna have everybody's Siri go off right now. Sorry, everybody. Hey
Okay.
Siri, what time is it in New Zealand?
It's 2:54 p.m. in Wellington, New Zealand.
Oh yeah, 2:54. He's
Go,
on the trail.
hey, Mr. Octodad, go ride. That sounds great. It's
That's
dark
so
here.
awesome. We got Eric riding dirty out of Arizona. Says, yo, what up, homies? Good
What's
to
up,
see
Brett,
you.
Eric?
Yes, we got Mr. Zach Tumor Warrior says, what's going on? What's going on? Johnny U out of Miami is saying, put $10 on 17 for me.
That's Eric's in Las Vegas.
I'm
Oh,
not,
is that why?
I'm not following his logic here.
I was trying to do that too. Mountain Bike Q&A out of Miami says, some of my first videos that got me to follow Mark were his Tasco box openings. Oh, I'm glad you like that. Yeah, here we go from a realtor, Miss
If
Lauren.
you know, you know. There you go.
There you go. Wow,
IYKYK.
How long did that take you to type that out?
Dude, I can't even say it, and she typed it for us. IYKYK.
Looks like letters.
So
It
hold
does.
on. What's that acronym? What's her acronym? MTBTNA. That doesn't sound.
MTBTNA. Oh, yeah, we talked about it. It was like taxes and assets or something.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's a
trails,
financial term.
trails and ales. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Trails and trails and ales. What else could it be?
You're a family-friendly show. I'm sure that's what it is.
It's trails and nails. Brian Gong up in Northern California saying my Tasco foldable puffy jacket is one of my faves.
Brian, just wait. We got something better.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Did you already see it, Joey?
You've seen it, right?
I saw it. I can't wait. It's insane.
Yeah. That's
And
all.
is this going to be released in maybe said Sedona?
We'll see. Yeah.
We'll see. Depends on what I never heard from
See how the
Sedona.
financials go.
Oh. After this show, you might want to release them a little bit later. Brian saying Tasco gloves are my benchmark. Every other gloves. Yes, Tasco gloves are dope. So you were the shirts, you were the gloves, pairing them with the socks, and then you started seeing riders in Tasco, because what's cool about gloves, just in general, specifically Tasco, is that when there's any kind of YouTuber out there, you always see in frame the hands on the handlebars. Do you remember the first time you saw Tasco gloves on a video?
Me?
Yeah.
Me. All right. I think what was super helpful for us was Phil Metz.
Oh man, skills with Phil. That guy's insane.
That was early. That was 2018 right away. He and I linked up, and such a good guy, such a friend. But yeah, that was probably one, I would say, on the big screen, right?
Yes.
That was one of the ones that was early on for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it just seemed to spread from there. Like every other YouTube video you look at, you see shredders
It
in
was it
Tasco.
was it was fun. So Phil and I started. I was watching one of his videos, and he was wearing a torn up pair of gloves. So I just reached out to him. I said, "Hey, can I send you some gloves?" And I did. I sent him a few pairs of gloves, and he liked them, and it kind of went on from there. Yeah, it nothing special, but it was just one of those friendships that stem from there. He came out to Sedona with us, probably 2018, 2019. He came out and hung out with us and stayed with us, and then I would say, became friends. He came back to San Diego, and we hung out here. And then he said, "You know what? There's a festival that I want you to come to that's out back east. I think you do really well with. It's a Vermont Mountain Bike Festival."
Oh, because he's from that area. Yeah.
He's from New Hampshire, which is
Okay.
close there. So we flew out for that event and stayed with him and his girlfriend at the time, and then he kind of hosted it, and we did that festival, and I got to ride trails with him, and that was a ton of fun. So yeah, Phil's a great guy.
That's awesome. And is Tasco, I mean, because you see you see all the demographics, the numbers and everything on the business side. Is Tasco saturated sales nationwide, or are there hot pockets?
Hmm. I mean, saturated. That's a big word.
Yes.
I would say we're not saturated, right?
No?
No, but
Who's the big
what
whale still? Who do we have to take down?
I mean, we're definitely nationwide. 100% agree with that. I mean, we're still strongest in the Southwest just because that's our homeland, right? So Arizona, California, Colorado, Utah. Um, but man, we see a lot of orders going all over the place for sure. So it's
Okay.
it's it's pretty neat. The neat thing is in the last few years, REI has been carrying the product too, and
Oh,
we're in, I
that's
think, 77 of their stores, something like that. And
wow.
that's been really helpful for us too, for sure.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure that's like probably similar to what it feels like when a bike company gets their bikes in a big bike shop type of nationwide thing.
Yeah, no, super grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. How would one get something like that going? I mean, that's huge to go from the grassroots to, did you run into a REI person? Did they approach you? How does that happen?
So it's kind of the fairy tale situation, honestly. So the buyer, I was able to locate who the buyer was for mountain bike apparel,
Okay.
and reached out and said, "I'm going to be up in the area. Can we schedule a meeting?" She was unavailable. It was during COVID, so that was a tough time. But she said, send me some product. I'd like to, pass it around the office and see what everybody thinks." And so I did that. And then a week later or so, I got a message back, big caps. "We LOVE your product. We
What?
LOVE Tasco. We want
Wow.
to make this work." And
Wow.
I mean, you can't ask for better than that. But was I surprised? No. I feel like our brand lines up really, really well just on a lot of levels with REI. So it wasn't uh it wasn't a stretch, but to see that kind of response was pretty fantastic, pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, was that validating to hear that from them when you saw that? Were you kind of like
Yeah,
validated, or were you like,
because that's like if you're looking at wholesale in our space, you're not going to get a better opportunity than that.
gotcha?
On a big scale, right? There's great shops, there's great wholesale shops, but they're small, right? They're maybe you might get into 5 doors or whatever it is, but to be able to get into 77 doors or whatever the number was,
Ooh,
is pretty neat, and just the volume that they do is overwhelming, quite honestly.
that's
Um,
fantastic.
so yeah, I mean, just super grateful for the opportunity to be a part of their organization too. Um, and then just being able to work with local shops across the country too has been really, really fun. So
Are there any areas in the US that Tasco hasn't been to yet that you would like to get it to, just so the writers have an option to try your stuff?
I mean, when I look at where we're deficient, if you will, it's
Mhm.
probably like the Dakotas.
Okay.
And I honestly don't know how much riding's going on there either.
Okay.
Not too much going into Alaska. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to see us be able to do better internationally. We just haven't really gone that direction yet. So
Got it. Oh, so that's on the verge though. That'll be right there. That's the next. Is that the next you think focus to
yeah,
carry it
I mean,
out?
we have a lot of work to do here too, still for sure. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity. But yeah, we haven't even touched international. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And when you look at the lineup at, like Rampage is going to get a ton of exposure. There's a lot of international riders. I mean, that's there is the global market for sure. There are shredders everywhere.
are you guys watching Rampage tomorrow?
I
Yes.
I'm supposed to be working tomorrow, but I will definitely have it on in the background. Is that
Yeah.
how it works? Is it the other way around?
Rampage is a funny event, isn't it? It's like the love hate. Like you don't want to
Yeah.
see anybody getting hurt,
Yes.
and they're pushing themselves so far, but it's also so fun to watch what they're doing too.
Yeah. Have you seen I mean, what's cool about these things, the cell phone, is that there has been so many great clips coming out of Rampage,
Yeah.
right? Already. It's amazing. Do you have your eyes I know we're celebrating the whole, free ride sport, how amazing that is to get creative and build and send. But is there any riders that you specifically kind of are
I was pretty bummed to see Guy get hurt, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That was a big, big drop that he was doing. I don't know. So obviously Kyle's local, he's a
Local
legend.
boy. Yes.
I want to see him just do really good, survive, and just redemption. It's fun to see
Yes.
him doing the redemption stuff. And he's just such a legend. Yes, he's been in it for so many years, and I like that aspect of it. Um, the interesting thing about Rampage is there's not that many opportunities to get invited because there's so many good riders that hold those positions, right?
Yeah.
So it's just neat to see a guy like Kyle, just so many years holding his own up there.
Yeah. It's gosh, because what
I,
there's only what 9 slots, Nate, and there's hundreds of riders across the world.
yeah, and I don't expect Kyle to win, but I just love seeing him ride. So
yeah.
Yes, me too. Did you guys see the clip? For the folks in the chat too, did you all see the clip when Kyle got redemption on that drop
yeah,
and got to the next jump, stopped, and Rachel was right there, gave him
yep,
the big old hug.
that was emotional for
That
sure.
was
Yeah,
that was a feel
I
good.
must have watched it like 10 times.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I love that. Now, where Guy got hurt, has anybody? Joe and I were actually talking about this earlier today. That drop looks like something where you would expect a parachute to come out eventually. You know, has anybody cleaned that
I
drop
don't
yet, or is that his line only?
I don't have an answer. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
I think that's Guy's line, and honestly, I don't even know if it's possible because he did. It looked like he did everything right. Just the bike exploded when it hit the ground,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
Yeah, that is
I don't know. They've
nuts.
got the Canyon Gap this year that looks really, really
Oh,
intense.
the canyon gap looks nuts.
Um,
Yeah,
that'll be interesting to see. I don't know. Part of I again, it's a love hate with this contest. Like part of me, I look at it and I go, guys, don't just you don't have to over trick it. Just survive it. Like
yeah,
we don't want to see you get hurt.
Right.
yeah. Yeah, and the mountain bike world's so small. We all get to meet and talk to these people.
Yeah,
I in Bentonville, I got to meet and talk to Carson Storch, and he was teaching me in the front of this hotel we were at, the Bentonville Inn. He was teaching me how to manual, and I'm like, dude, Carson Storch is here teaching me how to
yeah,
manual. Now I see clips of him at Rampage, and it's a different connection. Like please make that gap. Please don't
Yeah.
get hurt.
yeah,
That gap is nuts too because you either make it or you're on the other side. Like that,
yeah,
there's no.
yeah.
It's nuts. Like the other side not being the other side of the canyon.
But these
Yeah.
guys live for that.
Goodness.
This is their life, and I huge respect to everything they're doing for
Huge
sure.
Oh
respect.
yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Such amazing athletes. It's cool to see that they get the stage for it. But I also wish that people could see it in real life.
Yeah.
See, the camera plays a trick, right?
Yes.
And you're like, that's huge. But then you see people on ropes just trying to like
Yeah.
make the landing smooth. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, and I've never been to Rampage. I've never seen it live, right? But I think I was out in the area out in Virgin earlier this year. And I kind of got pulled through some of the areas. Didn't do any of it, but looked at them. And it is yeah, when you see it in person, it's a whole nother level for sure.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Right. Octodata New Zealand is saying he's got Emil as for the win.
The guy's got so much talent.
So much talent. YT has representation with Ben Benito on there. Also, we got Talus Turk looks pretty exciting. Obviously, Carson Storch is out there. Jeez Louise. And does anybody know how big that canyon gap is?
I heard
I think
60
it was
foot.
60.
Yeah.
I think I saw him measured at 60 feet.
60 feet.
Don't do 50, guys.
Yeah, don't,
Oh God.
don't even do 59.
Don't say it's 50 and then it ends up being 60 because that ain't good.
Oh my gosh, these guys are beasts. I love it. MTB Kaz is saying, "Hey Nate, I'll go to England and sell your products." So hey, there you go.
Let's
You
do
got-
it. Mark
got
will hook
somebody.
us up. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'll get you guys connected for sure. And so, do you have any? I guess the next question with regards to the Rampage, do you have any writers that you're supporting in Rampage this year?
No.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We'll be watching, look, and see if we can spot some TASCO gloves out there.
Definitely need some gloves out there.
Yes. Yeah. When it comes to TASCO now, you created so you've gone from the shirts to the gloves, socks combos, and then you went to the jerseys, and then my favorite of all time, and I wear them all the time. I'm actually wearing them right now, the Scout shorts. Where did that come from, and how did that do in sales?
So the Scouts have been awesome. Yeah, we just internally were able to develop a short that was not over engineered, I'd say. Something that's somewhat casual. I think pocket placements are key. I think fit's key.
Yes.
Just a lot of those things, the material, so you want it to stretch, but you don't want it to be too flimsy. You don't want it to be too durable. Yeah, super, super grateful for the Scout shorts, how they've done. And yeah, thanks for the photos there.
Yeah, those are my utmost favorite shorts to ride in. I wear them on and off the trails. The pocket placement for me is awesome. The one for your phone that sits on the side of your quad, not
Yep.
on top, not underneath, just right on the side of it. Perfect.
So interesting on that one too. When we came out with the Scout shorts, nobody else was doing that. I don't think there was another short that had the pocket placement there. They were always kind of on the front, like in a cargo pocket kind of placement, whatever it was. But it's, I guess, flattery in a sense, but how many other shorts have come out with that similar pocket placement now?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just great because it sits on your kind of on the back of your thigh there, and the shorts are tailored enough or tapered enough to where it just snugs up against your leg. And when
Yes.
you're pedaling, you don't know the phone. You can have the biggest phone in there, you don't even know it's in there. So
Yeah, it's not flopping around or any of that stuff, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
It feels so good. And then the Velcro is, I mean, it's simple things, but the Velcro is facing out from your body, so it's never gonna unalign and start scratching you and bothering
And
you
the
on the
other thing
inside.
is that we don't do enough, with both the Pathfinder where we use Velcro and the shorts that we use Velcro. One of the biggest complaints earlier days with Velcro is how it would come undone and it would lose its like luster, whatever, right? And it would just
Yeah.
not work as well shortly thereafter they buy it. So we use it's a medical grade Velcro that we use on the shorts and the Pathfinders as well. And you just they don't lose their, I don't know what it is, the hook and loop value or whatever.
Yeah,
They
it doesn't wear out.
Yeah, they just last a lot longer. So, we've just by going to a better material, it's really, really helped, I think, the shorts and the gloves as well that we use the Velcro on. So,
That's so cool. And I also love the double button on the scout
yeah.
shorts. I can't tell you how many times that I'll be in my work clothes and I'll have to go use the double button for myself for my work clothes and I don't have them. I just pull. I'm like, what's going on here? Yeah, that's the best. We got a question here from New Zealand. Octodad is asking, is Tasco available in New Zealand?
No, not that I know of.
How do we get it there?
We'll have
Marty.
to. I know, and the hard part is Australia and New Zealand. The shipping is so expensive to those countries right now.
Okay.
Ever since COVID, the shipping has gone up so much that it's just kind of cost prohibitive to do that. So, um, I don't know. Octodad, reach out to me directly. Let's try to figure something out.
Yeah, maybe it's something in the bike, getting big bulk in the bike shops might decrease that. I don't know. Yes,
Yeah.
Joey.
Marty should place an order, and then you and I will deliver it.
I like it.
Yes.
With our bikes.
With our bikes and cameras.
It probably would pay for our airfare the way that how expensive it is right now. Yeah.
It's that expensive. Oh boy.
No, it's frustrating how Australia and New Zealand, like those areas, have just gotten so expensive to deliver to. Yeah.
Got it. This probably, yeah, something you guys can figure out. Maybe for bigger bulk orders that are going to a bike shops or something. Maybe
No,
it'll
but
be a little
Octodad,
less.
reach out. We'll try to make something work.
I'll connect you guys on the back end. That'll be cool. Trail Pimp is saying Rampage is like Super Bowl at our house. Oh, we're going up to Lake Tahoe, everybody. Let's go to Lake Tahoe and watch Rampage. I bet Trail Pimp's got a pretty sweet setup, which is awesome. So then the scout shorts are selling out there. I know I love them, wear them all the time. And then you went out and branched out into pants. How are the pants doing? It's the same design, although we get a second phone pocket on the pants, which is pretty cool. But how are they doing?
They're doing good. So I would say, like, and we love feedback from people, right? And so when we looked at, so we're doing a new Scout pant that'll come out next week. And we looked at the feedback a lot from people, and I think they were really, really good for most riders, but for the shorter, wider waisted riders, is that a politically correct way to say that?
Sounds good to me.
They would
Square
end
bottoms.
up, and we saw a lot of feedback saying they felt like MC Hammer pants.
Okay.
Just because they would bunch up at the bottom and then they would flare out at the thigh area. So the new pant I'm pretty excited about. We tapered it quite a bit. So the thigh area, we took out some material. We shortened it up a little bit, which I love, and we took the elastic cuff off, so it doesn't do that kind of ballooning feel to it. Everything else is the same. Material's the same. The good 4-way stretch, all the pockets are the same, but it's just a bit more tapered of a fit. And I personally love the new pant, quite honestly. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. I think for the riders that are tall and big, bulky quads, they're still going to want the original Scouts. But I think for a lot of the riders, the new Scouts are going to be just kind of hit the nail on the head. So
nice. That's exciting. When do those release, and how does somebody differentiate between the two? Will they both be available?
we're going. It's really tricky. We're calling it the Scout pant, Scout 2 pant, I think, or something like that. We didn't want to change the name because like the silhouette in general is the same. It's just a more tapered fit to it. So 2.0, yeah, 2.0 in a sense, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, we've been really trying to work hard to describe the differences and measurements of the differences between the two. So if somebody has the existing shorts, they can measure and understand if the new short's the right fit for them. But yeah, that'll be coming out next week. We'll have a couple of different colors available for that. And yeah, just excited. But the Scout pant was just a natural progression on the short. It was working good. You can't just lengthen it. You've got to do some other tweaks to it. And honestly, this is a refinement on the first generation. So
Okay.
um, it's yeah, I'm excited. Feedback's been good so far. So
That's awesome. Speaking of feedback, Brian Gong's chiming in here, says need longer inseam pants in the industry.
well, Brian's a tall guy, right?
Yeah, 6'4" and 34 inseam. Very few brands are long enough for me.
So
Damn.
Brian, I don't know if you've tried the originals. Those are probably the better ones for you, quite honestly. This is if you were like I'm 6 foot, a 36 waist, and a 32 inseam, and they're perfect for me, right? The new pant is going to be better for the shorter ride, or not excessively tall riders, I would say, right?
Oh, that's very good there, Nate.
Wow,
Yeah,
that was I
man,
like the
that
way
was
it went
that was
down.
really like
Good.
dang.
Trying to be politically correct, right?
I'm excited for the new ones then. At 5'7" on and a half, if I'm like
Yeah.
yeah, here are the scout pants right here, pant size guide. So he said he was 34, waist 35, low hip
So, I mean,
30,
the
inseam 32.
existing one is probably perfect for Brian. I don't know if he's tried it, but that's, he's the right size for the like the 1.0s.
Oh, okay. Oh, this just coming in. Brian Gong is saying, I do have them on your recommendation, Nate. Smiley face,
There you
and
go.
they are one of the few. Yes, you nailed it. Nailed it. You nailed it. So, okay, so we're learning a lot about Tasco, how it started, the origins of it, where we are today. Let's talk about, since he brought up the jacket, let's talk about the jacket. And then I want to dive into your writing, what you're training for now, and then Tasco to H2O as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, let's just jump straight into those two. Those sound more fun. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
Nice.
Tasco H2O, the gloves work in the water for another athlete that has handlebars.
Yeah.
Tell us what you've been doing there.
So 2 years ago or so, I jumped into a new hobby, and that was stand-up jet skis. Joey, you've been doing that for years, so you've been listening to my stories along the way.
Right.
Yeah, stand-up jet skis are fantastic. They're so much fun. They're fun to ride in the buoys. They're fun to ride in the flat water, but they're really, really fun here in San Diego when you can go out in the surf and ride them in the surf. So, some of us like to get big airs off the jump or off the waves, use them as jumps and do flips and whatever, aerial antics. My son's one of those. I like to stay more planted and surf ride. I grew up surfing, right? And so for me, it's so much fun to just charge these things on big waves and ride them. But you wear gloves in these. You have to wear gloves, otherwise your hands kind of start slipping around, right?
Mhm.
So, of course, what am I going to do? I'm going to pull into my my glove basket and see what I have. And I started wearing ours, and my son started wearing ours, and then I started handing them out to the guys we were riding and said, hey, try these, see what you think. And everybody's like, yeah, these are great. They're fine. They're better than what I had. So I guess that's part of, like, I started the mountain bike business because I had I loved the sport. And I started getting in jet skiing and realized that the gloves work good. So we started up the side of the business, just Tasco gloves, and started marketing that specifically to jet skiers, stand-up jet skis. There you go. And it's awesome. It's super fun. Just got back from Lake Havasu last weekend, where there was the Jet Ski World Finals, and we had set up a little booth and sold a whole lot of gloves, more gloves than we ever sell at a mountain bike event. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
And just had a blast. We'd go jet skiing every night and sat there at the start line during our event and watched all the races go all weekend. So it was pretty fantastic.
The nice thing about the jet ski world too is there really wasn't anybody in the glove game. I mean, you bought a life jacket with a pair of gloves that match your jacket. They all had Velcro. The Velcro lasted about a month in the water.
Right.
Yeah. And now you're adding some colorways and some flair, no Velcro, and they just hold up.
Here's my boy Ryder. You got him there. I love it.
Yeah. And then the nice thing is, after you're done jet skiing, like 2 days later, they're all clean and ready for mountain biking. Like,
yeah. Well, you go ride them in the mountains. You ride them on your bike, and
Yeah.
you come back and they're all filthy, and you just go hop in the water and they're clean again. It's pretty
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it the same exact glove? It just happens to work in
Oh,
both
yeah.
sports.
No, we just stripped all mountain bike. See, there's our booth, right? And we stripped all the mountain bike or naming off of it and sold TASCO gloves. And yeah, so it came back for a second year in a row and sold more than ever this year, and people were stoked on them. So
Wow. What so I know in the mountain bike world, like say now October, the Misfit gloves are huge in the mountain bike world. Are we similar in mindset from the stand-up jet skiers? Are they like those are sick too, or do they have a different flair, a different
So it's
want?
interesting. World Finals last weekend is a very international crowd, right? You have people from Dubai, from Thailand. You have people all over the world coming and competing at this event. The American flag, the indivisible stuff, we
Uh-huh.
absolutely cleaned up on that.
Really?
They were buying that like it was the last thing they were going to buy. Yeah.
Wow. That's cool. Wow, that's very cool. Was it all nationalities that were buying that, or was it like
Oh no. So the cool thing is too, we've been able to integrate in with the kids there at the races, and we all know that's where they started. There's some of the guys right there. That's Luke. No, it's not Luke. I forget who is Maddox. That's Maddox right there. But just integrating in with the locals and their families, and kind of plugging in with that, and it was amazing. It's so much fun. That kid there won a world championship on a boat he'd never ridden before. It was pretty fun to watch. So
Wow.
good grief. Wow. The talent that it takes, it's insane. I Joey talks about it. That's hard work.
yeah.
That's super hard work.
So yeah,
Now
it's
go
just been fun as a brand to be able to branch out and do something different. It's kind of fresh, right?
yeah.
And realizing that your product can work across multiple disciplines. Motocross, jet ski. I mean, jet ski was a question mark. I wanted to see how it would go, and it's just been super fun to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. And it's fun that this company can follow your passions. So it's not like
Yeah.
you're not like locked
Well,
in a
every day we'd close down at 4 o'clock, right? My daughter went with me. She helped me in the booth. And every day at 4 o'clock we would close it down and we go grab the trailer, pull our skis down, and go ride until dark, right?
Nice.
So it's just like, yeah, you just got to love it. What's going
yeah,
on?
that's cool. The whole family can partake. Um, our Marty Octodad is asking, since we're talking about water, he goes, Nate, what are your local surf spots?
Well, you're in New Zealand. How are you going to know?
He might.
Yeah, no,
Technically,
we're in Carlsbad, so anywhere from an Oceanside, Encinitas is kind of where we would surf. Yeah.
Nice.
and
Nice, nice, nice.
technically, jet skiing in the surf is illegal.
Yeah. So jet ski, we would surf in Oceanside on Camp Pendleton, which is you
Yeah.
can't swim or surf in that area, so we can ride our skis.
Yeah. We're not
Now,
bothering the surfers.
how crazy is it to jet ski in the ocean?
Oh,
Is it a whole
so that
nother beast?
you see
Oh,
that wave right there? That's
yeah, that
about a 20-foot wave chasing that guy down. That's Chris Morrison, one of our riders.
come on, don't fail me now, jet ski.
And that I was out on that day, and that was the scariest day of my life right there. Yeah.
Wow. So this is Oceanside.
No, this
Yeah.
is Point Loma down in South San Diego.
Okay. Is this what's it? Dolphin Tanks and Ralph's out that
This
way?
was Little Waimea right there. Same
Got
spot.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Good grief. 20 feet.
Mark, see all that white stuff?
Yeah, that foam.
That's
chasing
all
you down.
foam.
Yeah.
And the jet skis don't work in the foam. It's all air. So nothing like you have to get around the foam. You either got to jump it or get to the side. But the ski does not work at all in the foam.
Right? It sinks, right? Like it can't
And it
float in
doesn't
the foam.
sink. It just doesn't have any. You grab throttle and it goes. It's just spinning. The prop's just spinning air basically.
Good Lord.
That's so
And you're
fun.
just
You guys
getting
are finding
hammered.
some fun photos there. I love it.
This is insane. That whole thing. Let me go back. I think there was actually footage in here of the waves. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. While I do that, I'll pull this down. But so Nate, you living here, are you more ocean jet ski guy, or do you more do the lakes?
Yeah, end up doing more ocean, but
Uh-huh.
we don't have a lot of lakes here, so it's everything's saltwater that we ride. Um, there's a spot down in South San Diego called Fiesta Island out of Mission Bay
Uh-huh.
that they set up buoys for, and we ride there quite a bit. But yeah, most of the time I end up in the surf, just because we
God,
can go there every day if we want to.
right. And is the like on this video, we're looking at a trifecta. The dude's like mountain biking, jet skiing, and on moto. But I mean,
Good.
is that what you guys are you guys launching off the waves as
Yeah, yeah.
good grief?
Skyhooks.
What are they called, Joey?
I call that one a skyhook, but I'm sure there's a technical name for it.
Yeah, I would call it a stab.
Yeah, stab right there.
180 stab. Yeah.
Damn.
As soon as you bring it around, you're just weightless. Like this, all the weight's gone at a certain point. It's pretty fun.
Damn, that's insane. That is insane. We got one of the dads of these 3 kids out here that are rippers. 3 Brothers Extreme says, awesome company. I've got 3 little shredders that need a gear sponsor. Yeah. So how does Nate, how does that work when it comes to working with a company, working with TASCO? How would the kids coming up try to fill one of those spots, or how do they best do that?
Yeah, I think just reaching out to the brand that they're interested in working with and letting them, sending a resume, sending some information on what they're involved with, what they can provide the brand. I think is great.
And if they do get accepted, they then become under the warden, and the warden locks them up like this.
Yeah, yeah. See, there's little Grayson. That's Jeremy.
Grayson.
Yeah, Jeremy Neasley's little son, Grayson. He's a little ripper.
This
Yeah,
is
we
it.
just started this. It's so fun what we're doing right now. I absolutely love it. It's this little life behind bars where we're taking our athletes and incarcerating them. And
This is awesome.
but yeah, it's just about accepting that you're living a life behind bars, right? And
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
So
awesome.
I want to give you a new nickname, Nate.
what's that?
The Warden.
The warden.
That should stick pretty quick too.
Isn't that good? The warden. Yeah, I'll take
That's
it.
good.
I'll take it.
That is good. Now, how did you tell the guys like I need a mugshot, the best
Yep.
mugshot you can give me, or was this a location and you shot all these guys for
No, we just told them all to stand against a white wall and look like they were distressed, and send it to us, and we could do the rest with Photoshop.
Oh, Lenoski, man.
Yeah.
He looks so sad.
So go down a little bit. My favorite is the guy Nate Barnum. Go down.
Joey, can you scroll it down for him? Let's see what Nate Barnum looks
right
like.
there in the corner. Right there. That's my favorite. Yeah.
It looks like the drunk tank for that for Nate. Look at Jason Russo. That's awesome. Living my best life. That's awesome. There's Chappie. Lisa. So you have some newer athletes. I don't recognize some of these, like Lisa and Miranda. You got some females on the team, which is awesome.
Yeah. It's so fun. And you know what? Over the next several weeks, we'll be bleeding out. I think it's one a week. We have new people we're incarcerating every week. So
Warden's busy.
yeah, we're kind of busy these days. So
It's so awesome. Nate's H2O to the warden. And Joey, show us that video that you guys filmed. I thought that was really cool to go with this campaign where you're chasing a rider. It's a police officer chasing the rider. Who are the athletes that you guys used for that? Because it's hilarious.
I can't talk about all of them because one is a stunt double. Yeah, but yeah, this was fun. This is probably 2 or 3 different shoots we used for this video clip.
Sick. There he is chasing him down. Yeah, you guys got the drones out. Now, did you shoot on? What did you guys use for trail?
That spot, there's a couple. I mean, this is at a few different locations in Carlsbad, but one of those spots is so fun. Nobody knows about it.
I know that spot.
No, do you know? Well, you know the one, Joey, but do you know them both?
The one that I know, I recognize the one by the mall, kind of. So.
Yeah, so that's the eucalyptus groves up there by the mall. But the other one is down by Encinitas by Target. and
Okay.
and it's like this new little spot that not too many people know about. It's pretty fun to go out, and it's a great spot to shoot just because you don't feel like you're in San Diego when you're
Nice.
Yeah.
shooting it. So
Yeah, but you're like right there by the target, but you
yeah,
can get just enough.
yeah.
That's cool. That's really cool. Speaking of getting away, Nate, for your riding, obviously your passion is mountain biking and jet skiing, but I had heard a little bird, and it may have been a jailbird at this point, but
Ah,
they had told me that you're training for something coming up. Was it a 50?
well, training. Let's quote unquote training. I'm trying to get back into shape. I needed a little bit of a motivation. So yeah, I'm gonna do the Filthy 50 in a couple weeks.
Hot damn.
I've done it before a couple times, but it was 10 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
decided it was time to just get real again and try to get
Nice.
some miles in. So yeah,
Love
I'm
it.
going to be doing the Filthy 50 next, in 2 weeks, I guess it is.
2 weeks. Yeah.
And I just rolled 50 this year, and I decided I'm going to do as many 50-mile races, rides as I can
Oh,
in the
That's
next year's
awesome.
time. So
that's awesome.
That
kind of
is
where I'm
awesome.
at.
Victor and the whole quick and dirty team. Like, if people don't know about that, they need to get out there because that race is so fun. And if you're not up for 50, there's a 30-mile one out there, and that's such a doable. 30 miles is doable on that course. And
Well, that's what's cool about it is you feel like a hero after doing it, but it's
yes,
not killing you. It's not like
yeah,
you're not doing crazy elevation. Uh, the trails are fun. They're not epic by any means, but they're
yeah,
fun. You're
yeah.
with a good group of people, and you're just pushing yourself. So
Yeah,
it's
the first time I did that race, I actually didn't have a mountain bike or anything. I bought a bike 2 days before. It went off of Craigslist. Went out and did that 30-mile ride, and I was hooked ever since then. Like,
yeah.
that
No,
was
it's
so much.
a lot of it's the camaraderie, the people around
Yeah.
you. I mean, I'm not looking to be competitive at all at this point, but I'm just looking to do it.
Yes.
And just enjoy the time with other riders throughout the race and push the other people on and have them push me on. And yeah, it's just a good day on the bike, I would say. So
Yeah.
yeah, I signed up to Mark for the 24 hours old Pueblo.
Oh,
So
wow.
I got a team put together for that, so we're going to do that.
Damn.
I'm going to do the Whiskey 50. That's
Ooh,
in April.
that's in Prescott,
That's in
right?
Prescott, and I go every year to
That's
these events
impressive too.
as a vendor, but I don't ride them, and I watch everybody else. So I said, nope, this year I'm going to ride them. We're going
That's
to figure out a
awesome.
way to make it work. So, so yeah, it's been really really fun to get on a bike again that I enjoyed, that kind of stimulated my desire to ride again. So
Nice.
That's awesome, Nate, because it seems like just this whole experience of Tasco started there. The camaraderie, sitting on the
yeah,
back of a tailgate, shooting it with a friend, laughing, thinking of things, and here you are full circle on the 50. Now you support a lot of riders out there in the space. Who supports Nate? I remember you were with Specialized there for a minute. They were supporting you for bike, but for these races, who's got you?
Nate's got Nate. Yeah,
Nate's got Nate. Oh, okay.
I mean, Specialized has always been good to me for sure. So I get a little bit of help with that, but yeah, I just go out and do it.
What bike did you get for
So
these
for the
races?
race, I got an Epic Evo,
Okay.
which is good because it's a little bit more travel than the standard cross country.
Uh-huh.
So but it's just a ton of fun. Yeah, it
Nice.
it covers the ground really well.
Nimble, sharp, fast, torquey.
Yeah,
Oh man.
yeah, it's
What
fun.
what kind of travel do you have on that bike?
So that's I think it's a 110 or 100 110 or 110 120. I think it's 110 120.
Woo.
So it's
Dang,
little.
Nate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like a big guy on a little bike when I ride that. Yeah.
Did the bike itself like re-spark some of that passion when you got
For
on it?
sure. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I had no desire to do distance, riding a trail bike. It just it's not that fun. But you got on a bike that wants to go like that, and it's pretty invigorating. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. I think Mr. Joey here is thinking about doing some of those races as
Yeah,
well.
the Izzo did the same thing for me. YT's bike, the Izzo. When I jumped
Yeah.
on that, I was like, I think I want to go distance again. Like,
Yeah.
it's just responsive, light, and it's what it wants to do. So
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it's
My other bike is a stump jumper, the Stumpy Evo, and I love it. It's so much fun to ride, but it's just a different ride that you want to do on both of them. You don't want to take that Stumpy Evo on 50 miles.
no.
But you also don't really want to take the Epic on, 10 miles
fun day.
either. So,
Right.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Take it to Ted's or said location or something like
Right.
that.
The undisclosed local spots that we have.
Yes. So when it comes to riding those bikes and getting that stoke back, do you feel like, are you excited for the training, or are you pushing yourself? Is it a fitness thing too, or where
Yeah,
are you?
for sure. So it feels really good when you're done, right? And I
Yes.
also like the longer rides because you just clear your head a little bit different.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them are on my own. I just go out and I have my little route that I set up that's 2, 3, 4 hours, whatever it is.
Mhm.
And you just go, pick away at it. And through that time, you're talking in your head about stuff. You're
Yes.
working through things in your head. You're zoning out. You're doing nothing sometimes. And I just love that time, honestly. And I've always loved that time. I've had to reconnect with that, making time to do that again. I absolutely love going and having a good time going downhill with boys,
Yeah.
but this is just a different aspect of like, and then you get done, you're like, whoa, I did 40 miles today. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool,
That's insane, and probably solve some of the problems that you had going on
Yeah.
in your life,
Yeah.
Yeah,
along the way.
that's bike therapy. Like Q&A said, you get to clear your head, you get to solve your daily problems, you get to pray. I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kinda get a chance to challenge your body, yourself, your mind, "Can I
Right.
do this? Can I finish this? I have to. I can't stop here. I gotta get back to the car somehow."
Yeah. At some point you're like, I gotta finish. Yeah.
Yeah, what am I made of? That's all good stuff, I love that. Yeah, mail by Q&A right there. Yes, bike therapy. Trail Pimp is saying 50 is a good age. Yes, it is. 50, 50. So how many 50s are you gonna do, Nate? You rattled off like 2 or 3 there.
I don't know. We'll see how big the team actually ends up being at the 24, because that could be easily 50 miles that we do that day.
Right?
Um, yeah, I mean, I'd like to do a handful at least,
That's
for
so
sure.
awesome.
Like once you get yourself to that point, you want to keep going. So
Keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And it's going along with your journey. I don't For the folks who may not know, I don't know if it's okay for me to say, but there was an event that you had, was it a couple years ago now? Health-wise, that
oh,
you're making a comeback from, and, I think the last time we were in there, was it a TASCO Tuesday, or is that something that Joey made up? Taco Tuesday, TASCO Tuesday, but you're like, I'm off the beers." I was like, "What?"
oh yeah. So you're talking about the little heart issue. Um,
Yes.
yeah, that was
Little, modest man.
about 2 years ago. Yeah, just a little. Still don't fully understand what happened with that, but thankfully, and that's honestly scared me a little bit from riding too much, or for putting yourself at I don't know, at more of a strain. Um, but I've just kind of overcome that, and I've realized that my body's fine. We just gotta trust it and keep going. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was a couple of years ago, just on a little ride that had a little heart attack,
Wow.
and thankful that it wasn't worse, and don't seem to have any follow-up problems with it. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, it's a lot of it's part of, shoot, running a small business is stressful. You don't get the time to put into a training or
Nutrition, yeah.
staying in good shape. And so that was a little bit of a wake-up call to me. And that played a factor for sure in the 50 when things weren't looking a whole lot better when I looked down at my belly. Um, and but then, I just realized part of it, you can try to do diets, but just the fitness aspect of it is kind of how we're built.
Yes.
That's what I have always been more successful in staying in shape, is just being active. So
Nice. I love that. I love that. It's great that we get to see you do this year, your 50th year around the sun. We get to
Yeah.
watch you go through these races. It's going to be awesome. We're with you all the way
Are you
through
gonna
it
come out,
all,
Mark?
Nate.
Joey, you guys gonna come out?
Joey, I think, is going to pedal. He's going to lace
Are you
up.
gonna
I'm
do
gonna
it?
pedal. Yeah, I need to start training.
You got
Definitely
2
will do
weeks.
yeah, I'll do the 30, but the 50 is questionable.
Just come do the 50 with me. We'll have fun.
Yeah.
We'll push
My
each other.
legs can my legs can do it and I can do it. I just don't know if my butt can do it. That's a lot of hours in the saddle.
You do have those
We're
nice.
riding early morning on Saturday. We're gonna do the 50 in advance. So come do it.
You're pre-riding it this week?
Yep.
Ooh,
5 o'clock
That's one of those,
Saturday
that's one
morning.
of those ones, like, oh yeah, I don't want to pre-run that.
Joey's going to show up on the decoy with an extra battery.
No,
Yeah.
no decoys. Oh, yeah, no, you
Yeah, you
can't
don't
show
want
up
to be the decoy without the extra battery on that one.
Right. Yeah, you run out at mile 30 with 50
Yeah.
pounds. But you can wear the Nesium chamois you got there, Joey. That ought to help.
Yeah,
with
I
the-
didn't think about that. Those might do it. Yeah,
Dude,
Yeah,
Justin crushed it with those Nesiums. They're so good.
those are so nice.
super
Yeah,
comfy.
Yeah.
Yeah, water bottle holder, the whole nine. Comfort, hydration, and
Mark
if you
just wears them as shorts, but yeah.
I think
when I'm
if you
feeling
guys really want
fast.
something exciting to see, I'm gonna probably wear Lycra on this event. So you should come out and watch that.
Oh man,
TASCO's making Lycra. Is that dropping right now? Is that
Yeah, I built some extras. Don't worry.
That's right. You did have a jersey before. That's right.
Yeah, no, I built a cool, like, the switch gloves.
Yes.
yeah.
I built that as a jersey and shorts and bibs, and I built a bunch of them for our race team as well, and I built some extras. So yeah, Joey, come get one. Let's go ride.
Oh man, come on! I'll get the content, boys.
Let's get on a grape.
Nate, as we're closing out the show, I know that there was a request to talk about the jackets before we let you go. Can you give us a little bit of a hint as to what to look forward to there?
Yeah, so those were supposed to be available now, but I pulled the plug on them. They weren't right. So I just said, they actually built the whole production, and I put the kibosh on it.
Wow.
And said no, thank you. I'd rather. So they're rebuilding them right now. Super
Okay.
good factory that we work with, and a good partnership. But I just said it's not. The sewing was not that great. It was not my favorite. So we're probably looking at spring of next year before they're ready.
Okay.
Just because of having to redo them. But yeah, super stoked. They're cool. So basically it's a packable windbreaker. Extremely light. Joe, you've seen it. It packs into its pocket, nice and tight. It's got a little hook so you can hook it on somewhere when you're done wearing it if you want to. But yeah, it's amazing to me. I've never really had a windbreaker like this. And it's amazing to me how warm it keeps you without, I don't know, it's hard to imagine, but without overheating you. So when there's a little bit of a brisk wind going, it's just, that's a windbreaker, and I just never have had one like that before. So pretty cool how they work. But yeah, nice, simple, not over branded, kind of like we like to do things.
Yeah.
Gray windbreaker. It's awesome. But I could probably show you here. Give me a second. I'll show you a photo of Kyle Warner.
It fits in your pocket like no problem at all. Not like
Really?
It's not like a big. It just slides right in your pocket. The thing is tiny.
That's perfect. I mean, these mornings are getting chilly, so it'd be nice to have a windbreaker that not only breaks the wind but also keeps you warm.
Just hold your body heat in a little bit, and then stops that cold wind from hitting you. It's perfect.
Nice.
We all, we ride and we just stash our jacket in a bush and then hope it's there when we come back,
Right. Hope there's no extra critters in there.
Right.
Keep talking.
Yeah. No, but I knew that TASCO gloves, for example, are. Oh, here we go. We're gonna show the windbreaker.
Oh, hold on. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry, I can't get it in the right spot. So
Oh,
that's Kyle Warner.
okay. Yep.
Um, uh, there we go.
Oh, that's clean.
Super simple.
Great logo placements. Yeah.
Little perforations on the back, laser
Oh,
cuts.
yeah. Breathability.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Nice hoodie. Not too baggy. It's not going to get caught on anything. It's just right. Yeah, that's pretty dope.
That's all we got. So,
Nice. Oh,
and
thanks
there,
for showing us a
all
sneak
right, do you
peek
want,
at that.
see the pants here? Oh,
Oh,
hold on.
no.
Yeah. The pants, the new colorways are great.
This is going to be the Scout 2.0 pants.
Yeah, so let me show it
Scout.
to you here just so everybody can see. That's a knee. That's
Oh, it
exciting.
is a little more tapered. Yeah. Just baggy enough for pads underneath. Okay.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
the
yeah.
pattern.
And you got rid of
Pattern.
what's the strip below? Like, it doesn't have the bunchy strip at the bottom.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's gone. Still
The
has.
MC Hammer stuff's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so see how they're nice and tight?
Yeah.
Mark, is that why you're always dancing across the trail when you're working?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah.
What
Nice.
you were doing?
Those are
There you go.
great.
Yeah,
And
like the earth colors.
those are out next week, folks, for the folks that are
Yep.
listening. And if you're tuning in on Spotify or iTunes, today is October the 12th, and they will be out next week, just around the corner. So probably dropping it on the 15th, Monday?
What are we? Wednesday. So
Wednesday.
the 17th. Yeah.
Wednesday. Ooh, Wednesday the
Whatever that is.
17th. Can they pre-order online right now, or is it
No,
when
we
they
don't
drop
have
you can?
pre-orders. Yeah, they'll be popping here in a week. So
Awesome.
couple of colors. I think we'll have jerseys shortly thereafter that pair up with them as well. We're hoping to do that at the same time, but they're lagging a little bit, so we're just gonna get the pants out and then the jerseys follow in. So
Love it. Love it. Perfect. And the windbreakers will be perfect for just after the holidays for
Yep.
that colder mornings. That should be around Sedona-ish, hopefully. Hopefully
Yep.
it's not Snowdona this year, but
Whatever it is, Sedona's the best.
it is so fun.
So
It
fun.
is so fun. And I was gonna say, I know you had Kyle on there. I was just gonna say, when I first met April Zastro, I know she was a designer for Fly, and for her to be in your gloves, it said a lot. And then also there was a guy from another company that was trying to get her to wear his gloves, and he kept bringing gloves over. And
was the
she's
best.
so professional, and she had such great, not criticism, such great positive feedback, constructive feedback about the guy's gloves. It just wasn't happening. The guy kept trying and trying and trying, and she's like,
Yeah.
well, the inseam's not right here, and this needs to be stitched this way. Like, you could see the professionalism coming out from the designer aspect. And she walked away and was like, man, we are in good stuff. Like, that just solidified it right there. I mean,
Yeah.
April's Astro's got her signature on there, then we're all good.
April's a little shredder, man. She's a good rider. It's fun to see her
Yes.
develop, her advancing so good.
Oh my gosh, so good. Have you seen the some of the post booters for breakfast? Her and Braden Bringhurst bringing that out from Boise, Idaho. That's so sick.
That's rad.
So good. Well, Nate, man, thank you for jumping on the show. Always great to have you. I'm glad that I was able to document the Tasco story on the segment, which was awesome. For the folks that are tuning in or listening in podcast land and they're like, I want to try some of these things, tell them where they could look up your stuff and make a purchase, Nate.
That's really tough. TASCOMTB.com.
Yes.
We'll get them there. Yeah.
Yes, TASCOMTB.com. Take a look for it. You are supporting Nate Miller and all these writers, and you never know, you might find yourself behind bars. But hey, as always, if you're in Tasco clothes, you're always good to go with Tasco, made by writers for writers. Thank you again so much for jumping on. Thank you to everybody in the chat for being here. Great to see you all. Mount by Q&A is saying, I'm going to buy now.
Thanks, dude.
He definitely doesn't need pants. I don't think you can wear pants in Miami, so he can buy now for sure.
I think okay, let's outfit Miami right now before we sign off, because I think the Phantom gloves will be perfect for him because it's like lingerie for the hands in Miami, right?
Shorts.
Oh yes, the Phantom shorts.
Those are like riding naked.
Just anything Phantom for Florida is about right.
He'll
Yeah.
love Phantom. Anything Phantom for sure.
Yes, Johnny, take a look at the Phantom line. You'll love it. And Nate was supporting one of the races at Vail. Remember, Joey, when we raced the Vail races? I think it was like 2 years
Yes.
ago. I went down on the rock gardens with the Phantom material on, and it's light. It feels good. It doesn't feel like you're wearing anything, but it protected me. None of it ripped, and I
Yeah.
was in the rock garden. I was like, how in the heck do I not have a hole in my butt? So that was a good one. I came down and I told Nate, I said, I went down, but check it out. Everything's good. So Johnny, check out the Phantoms.
I always tell people the Phantom shorts are like riding naked, but you have pockets.
How does that work? Yeah.
I don't know. That's what it feels like. I've got a place to put my phone, and that's it.
There you go, Nate.
There you go. I'm going to plug the Nesium liner on that one too, because the Nesium liner pairs so good with the Phantoms because it's so vented too. So
yes. And Nate, we got to do a TASCO Tuesday. I think that was a Joey thing. TASCO Tuesday. We got to think of something for that. TASCO Tuesday. Maybe we just have beers and riding at your house, at your
we ride and we eat tacos every Tuesday
at TASCO. TASCO Tuesdays, baby. If you
we
can make it,
we can just get a taco truck at the shop on Tuesday. I like this.
Just come on down, Mark. We'll figure it out.
Yes, TASCO Tuesdays, baby. All right, folks. Thank you again so much for jumping on. Everybody out there on Apple, iTunes, and Spotify, thank you for listening in. And check out TASCO, TASCOMTB.com. See y'all later.
Thanks, guys.